This is question number 1 from the 2001 AP Calculus AB exam. So we're given these two functions, and we're being restricted to the first quadrant, and this creates two regions. We've got S and R. Now, see, they're going to ask us for the area of R and the area of S, so it would be really helpful if we knew where these two functions intersect, the x value and the y value. So we're going to solve the equation 2 minus x cubed equals tan x. Now make sure that you write down the equation on your paper. You don't want to come out with values from nowhere. You've got to let your AP reader know what equation you solved. So we just write that down. You solve with your calculator and you should get 0.902155, and the y value is 1.265751. Okay. So now part A, find the area of region R. So for R, I'm going to differentiate with respect to y. I want to draw my rectangles this way, which means I'm going to have the cubic function minus the tangent function. My values are going from 0 up until the point of intersection on the y-axis. So I'm looking at 0 until 1.265751. And now for the difference between the two functions, let's see, I've got to do this function here, but we want that in terms of y. So let's move everything over. We're going to have y minus 2 equals negative x cubed. That means that x cubed equals 2 minus y. And you can either write it as a cube root, but I feel like writing an exponent. So we've got 2 minus y to the 1/3 minus the tangent function. Now the tangent function in terms of y would be inverse tan. So we'd have x equals arctan of y. dy, and we put all of that in our calculator and we should get 0.729. Okay, for part B, area equals. We're looking for the area of S, so this region right in here. This time I'm going to make my rectangles this way, and I'll differentiate with respect to x. So it's going to be the integral from 0 until our x value here, the 0.9, of the tangent, or of the cubic function minus the tangent function. So here we go. We've got the integral from 0 to the x value, which is 0.902155. And now we've got the cubic function 2 minus x cubed minus the tangent function. We put that in our calculator, and you should get this or this. Okay, now for part C, we're looking for the volume when S is revolved around the x-axis. So not area, but we want volume. Let's see. So S around the x-axis. So we're taking this region here and wrapping around here. So that looks like it's going to be washers. So we're going to have the outer radius squared minus the inner radius squared. So that would be the cubic function squared minus the tangent function squared. So we've got pi, the integral, from 0 to 0.9 of the cubic function squared minus the tangent function squared. And there are a few ways that you can leave your answer. You can write it in terms of pi, which would look like this, 2.652 pi. Or you can multiply that decimal times pi and you'll get 8.331 or 8.332.